Welcome back to Post Time. There have been a lot of famous people through the years who have loved harness racing. One Hollywood star who was very hands-on in the sport was Jay Silverheels. Jay Silverheels is best known for his role as Tonto in the TV series The Lone Ranger, and of course, he had a lot of fans. However, this lover of equines was also a huge fan himself of harness racing. He loved the sport so much that in 1974, he received a license to drive in races and even thoroughly enjoyed breeding and racing standardbreds. One of our local horsemen, Ray Richards, had a very memorable experience with the popular actor, and we stopped by the Richards stable to find out more.
Tell me about the first time that you met Jay at Vernon.
The management of Vernon Downs came to my barn and they were getting ready to do promotion with Jay Silverheels, and he wanted to know if he could use Silver King and let Jay Silverheels drive him. I said, well, he's kind of a tough horse to drive, and I'd have to talk with him and see how many horses he has driven, or if he's used to driving horses, you know. And he said, I've never driven a trotter. So I said, well, this horse is a little tough behind the gate, so I'm not sure I want you to drive him. But let me think about it, and if you can come here and jog him someday and get an idea of how we'll feel with him, maybe we can work out something. Well, he came back and he jogged the horse in a few days, and I said, well, let's take a shot and try it. They went up to the gate, up the chute, and turned. He stood straight up on his back hind legs. The announcer's hollering, "Hi-ho, Silver, away!" He came down and landed, caught the field, and won the race. This was a crowd of people, about 30,000 people there that night. The biggest night they've had in years. And we go in the winner's circle, and I said, I better go in because he's a little tough in the winner's circle. He'll kick and raise a little hell, you know. So I went in the winner's circle and got him by the head and held him, and the crowd came in, the big, you can see in the pictures, the crowd that gathered around in the winner's circle to get their picture taken. And so the next morning, Jay Silverheels came to my barn. He said, would you consider selling this horse? I said, no. I said, we raised him. He's part of the family. He said, well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do. When you pull his shoes off his feet, I want you to keep them. I want to get them gold-plated. So he came back, and he approached me again while buying him. He said, you wouldn't sell him? I said, no. I said, I'm not considering selling him. He said, well, can I get his shoes? I said, yeah, I had them saved for you. And he said, I will give you one. So he gave me one shoe, and he had them all gold-plated and gave me one shoe, and he took the rest. And I heard from him several times after that, called me and talked with me and told me how happy he was with what had happened to us.
I'm telling you, that's like one of the best stories I've heard like in a long time. I think I have a new Post Time segment, Story Time with Mr. Richards. This is like so incredible.
Thank you.
Now, thank you. Thank you again.